So here we are in Kagera once again, and this is one of our sample houses. It should be possible to see that this house is not one of the houses that you might say is in the best condition. This is the wall facing the chamber, and you can see it's hardly a wall. It allows easy access to mosquitoes. Today we are both doing collections of resting mosquitoes. Hodi hodi. And also trying to find out why it was that these young girls, this young girl here and her sister, were sleeping in the room without a net. This is where they sleep. No mukeka or sleeping mat, nothing. Just on the ground they were, and no net. We've been looking with a manual aspirator and a torch, but now we are looking to see if our mechanical aspirator collects mosquitoes more efficiently than we do. So when we first came here, these two girls that sleep here did not have a net, so we gave them one. When we first came here, the first time we put up a light trap here, we also found that one of the girls had malaria. So this is what you might call a lose-lose situation, because not only were they getting more exposed to infective bites, but they would be more likely to infect mosquitoes with gametocytes, or they would be more likely to have gametocytes, and so mosquitoes that fed on them would be more likely to transmit malaria to other people in the village. That problem should, we hope, have been solved by now. This is the other room in the house, also very open for mosquitoes, and this is where the bibi or grandmother sleeps. She had a net, has a net, but you can see it has a number of large unrepaired holes in it. So really it does not offer very much protection whatsoever. By perhaps finding out how come she did not have a net in the first place, we will be able to work out a system of ensuring that people like this young girl manage to get nets when they are usually distributed. So now we're looking at the roof. When I did a manual collection with my torch, I couldn't see anything. But maybe with this machine, which seems to be more efficient than a visual collector, we will catch something. We shall see. Seems to work really very well, this machine. But one does need quite a strong arm. So this is the collection, this is the cup out of the vacuum cleaner. And we take the lid off, we hope. We take the lid off and let what mosquitoes we've caught come out along with all the junk. There they are. And there's also a considerable amount of rubbish from the walls that comes off. But now all of this we will aspirate off the mosquitoes, put them into a cup, throw away the rubbish, and then look at the roof. Our idea being that perhaps mosquitoes will rest on the roof rather than just the walls, and the roof may not actually be sprayed with insecticide in indoor residual spraying campaigns, which would make the mosquitoes that rest on the roof unexposed to the insecticide. So once they've been released into the cage, they're aspirated out and put into a cup. This means that we don't go back with all the dirt and junk that comes off the walls. And we have to be careful that we get all of them. Well, these were the mosquitoes that the machine caught. I don't know if you can see them through the netting, but there's several more and a few blood-fed females than I managed to catch in my 10-minute resting. But then of course I'm old and half blind, so maybe young Judith, who has very good eyes, would be able to collect more. Well, there's one or two, not as many on the walls, but a few. And these are now going into a numbered cup. The difficulty with using this mechanical aspirator is that it's really quite heavy. And so you need really reasonably strong wrists and arms to be able to use it for long periods of time. It also drains the battery relatively quickly, so you can only do maybe an hour or two of collecting in any one day. There they go. In many houses, like this one, people cook inside the house, and this gives rise to a very smoky atmosphere, which may reduce the number of mosquitoes, but at the same time gives rise to respiratory infections. So here is one of the technicians Mademoiselle Judy doing the manual aspirator collection, looking for mosquitoes initially for 10 minutes on the walls of this one bedroom, and she's got very good eyes, so if anybody can find them she will. And then she will do, but you can see again, this house, easy for mosquitoes to get in, easy. And then she will look at the mosquitoes resting on the roof, while at the same time a mechanical aspirator collection is conducted on the walls.